Hello, I'm Miguel de Salas, Curator of Botany at the Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery, and I'm standing here right next to a wooden box. Now, you might ask yourself, why would a botanist care about a wooden box? This is actually a pretty fancy wooden box, and believe it or not, one of the greatest inventions in terms of moving crops around the world in the 19th century. So, up until somebody invented this type of box, which is called a Wardian case, it was essentially impossible to move live plants from one part of the world to another on a ship because they required so much water. Where would you keep them? You keep them below decks, they die because they've got no sun. You keep them above decks, they're exposed to the storms and salt water. They need watering continually. That water is competing with the water that everyone on the ship needs to drink. So every time anyone attempted to move plants from one continent to another, they died. And somebody had the brilliant idea of making a miniature greenhouse, well protected from the elements. It's got its own little shading slats. It's got, I don't know, this one doesn't open, but it's got carry handles. And these could be deployed on the deck of the ship, where they would get enough lights for the plants to survive. They would get a watering as the case left their place of origin, and it wouldn't need any more water for the months and months that the plants would stay at sea. And you could move live plants right around from England to Australia, for example, and have them stay alive. When they came out the other end, essentially, they didn't need any special care. Why is that important? Because in many cases, in many crops, you can't grow them from seed. You need to reproduce them vegetatively using cuttings. Almost all your fruit crops, a lot of things like hops and many agricultural crops, if you plant the seeds of, I'd say like a golden delicious apple tree, what you get is not golden delicious, and often a good percentage of those aren't even edible apples. They don't taste any good. So by being able to do this, you could take cuttings, you could root the cuttings, and you could take actual clones, actual cuttings and vegetative plant material right around the world. So quite a groundbreaking invention for a little wooden box.